Good day there once again, viewers. This is your mate Kamikaze78 here, and guys, it is my greatest pleasure to bring you the first episode of the Time to Gear Up series for Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Now, for all of those who are unfamiliar with this series, this here is all about you guys taking control of my gameplay and suggesting to me a loadout you would like for me to use in-game, whether it be something as serious as destined to score me that ever-elusive nuke kill streak, or something that is going to make me want to cry myself to sleep on a nightly basis. Now, all you need to do to get involved is share your evil concoctions in the comment section down below, and the highest rated comment will be featured in the next episode. And I just want to clarify, this can be something as serious or as stupid as you like. Hell, you can give me backstories to work off. Everything from the attachments to the camo choices is fair game. You know, whatever you guys want, we can make it work. And hell, this is something that I would potentially like to make a weekly thing, with the possibility to interchange this with the PlanetSide series on a weekly basis. So, if you would like to see this become a regular thing, be sure to support the video in any way you can. Anyway, considering that this is the first episode of this particular edition of the series, I'll be sharing a cheeky loadout that I've brewed up called the Smol Juggernaut, a loadout that is trying to live up to its more official big brother, and just believes a little bit that reloading is for suckers. And with that, guys, we have our primary weapon of the PKM, and if you didn't see this coming as soon as I made that reloading remark, well, hey, now you do. And I've got to say, guys, fuck the M4 and the 725 meta. How this gun has slept on the download for so long, I'll have no idea. This thing is absolutely devastating and will clean up people with what I have heard to be the fastest time to kill in the game right now as of making this video. This was just word of mouth, so don't quote me on that, but damn does it feel like it. This thing is the most amount of fun I've ever had using an LMG in the COD games, period. Attachment wise, I have a monocle reflex sight, a monolithic suppressor, the 26.9 inch extended barrel, the snatch grip, and the FFS close quarters stock. Now, what do these weapon attachments do? Well, it's quite simply, really. They take the weapon and push the effective range out considerably by adding some damage range and recoil control to the mix. Now, the end result? 100 rounds of death being delivered in the form of a giant fuck you laser. And boy is it satisfying to use. This does hurt the CQC effectiveness of the weapon, as your character does become slightly arthritic when it comes to bringing the sight to his eye line, so don't go charging too harshly here. Yes, I will admit, this is a slightly campier loadout. Sue me. Now, the point here is to never have to reload, and while I will admit I could have done this even better so with that 200 round magazine that becomes available later in the weapon's progression, there are going to be some times where a reload is just gonna have to happen. People know this, and they know that reloading a PKM is like assembling IKEA furniture. It's a 50-step fucking process. So, you are simply going to need a secondary weapon to defend yourself if some cheeky boy tries to come and get the jump on you. Enter the 50GS, in other words, the Desert Eagle. This pistol packs an awesome punch and can one-shot headshot them cheeky sods if you land your shots properly. Quality over quantity with this pistol, but it is so seriously rewarding when you hit the shot just right. Attachments wise, I have the Slezro Optics Mini, the 1mW laser, the Forge Tac extended barrel, the monolithic suppressor, and the lightweight trigger for an increased rate of fire, which I've found to really improve the Deagle and make it a slightly more forgiving weapon. So if you're having trouble making this pistol work for you, I would recommend getting this attachment at the very least before making too many judgments. I found my time with the Deagle to improve after I got that lightweight trigger. Now, when it comes to the rest of the kit, I have set it out to be a loadout that just simply can't be moved. I have EOD on for not only when someone gets fed up with me and tries to yeet explosives at me, but also when I need a new spot to sit in and some entitled asshat has already decided that it wrongly belongs to him, so I can just simply, you know, walk through his claymores. I've also got Ghost on because, you know, while I may be a chunky boy, I don't want people knowing exactly where I am at any given point in time, and Battle Hardened because when the explosives fail, you know those enemies are going to try and flush you out with some tac grenades, and, you know, the aim is to deal with those ahead of time. For my personal equipment, I am running Thermite, which I have quickly found to be one of my favourite items for dealing with kill streaks and for area denial, and also stun grenades to slow down enemies for your equally slow breaches. At the end of the day, you're not going to be breaching very quick with this weapon, so you may as well slow down time a little bit on the enemy side of things. So, yeah, that's my Smol Juggernaut loadout, and I've got to say, you can have a ridiculous amount of fun here with this thing. LMGs have always, I felt, been on the weaker side of the COD games because of how chonky they are, but in this game, with the overall pace seeming to be a bit slower, I think there are some serious advantages to taking one, and there are some serious areas where they dominate. Domination game modes, for example, or any game mode that requires you to defend a point, if you will, are going to really let you hunker down and just in a desired spot and go to town. And the PKM, my lord, this thing is plain fun to use. As I said before, it is the most fun I've ever had using an LMG in a COD game, and even when you trick it out this way, it can more than easily deal with any pesky snipers sitting out in the distance. I have had a collection of rage messages thrown my way when outgunning snipers at a distance. Just saying, that's how ridiculous this thing can get. Anyway, some may ask me, Cammy, why not take claymores on this loadout? If you're going to be rocking an LMG, wouldn't it be best to fortify a position with claymores? And while that is a good point here, there are a couple of reasons for taking thermite over claymores. For one, this loadout is not entirely designed to sit and hunker down. There needs to be some degree of offensive capabilities, and that is something that the thermite, and stun grenades for that matter, help out a lot with. And on top of that, whenever I'm using this loadout for ground war, which I certainly recommend, you know, thermite is great for damaging APCs and for any ground-based kill streaks that you do come across. Wilsons in particular have really got a rough time when met with thermite, and it is also a great way to deal with riot shielders that try to advance on you. Seriously, throw one of these at the cheeky fucker's legs and they'll just start burning and quickly get any second ideas about charging you. But in saying that, this loadout is not great for running and gunning at all. Sure, I haven't fully tricked it out for camping in a corner like someone with a fresh BCF membership would, and I know that only a few Aussie viewers will get that reference, but who cares, I'm throwing it in the video anyway. I still really don't recommend charging around like you would with an MP5. The ADS time here is incredibly slow, and the weapon's hipfire is catastrophically bad. Yes, you've got a lot of rounds to spray at a decent rate of fire, but in the time that it takes for you to fill a bad guy with the amount of bullets it takes to kill him, he would have done it about 5 times over if he's on the ball. You can get really lucky, but basing your ability to live past a kill on luck is a bit loosey-goosey, wouldn't you say? Find a position to hold and move up tactically to make the most of this loadout, and I promise you, you will find a lot of success. On that note, I would not recommend using this loadout on any fast-paced game mode that requires you to move a lot. Kill confirmed, and even modes like S&D and cyber attack that require a very fluid playstyle to do well, this kit does not provide that for that at all. So it's a bit situational at best. Ground war, domination, hardpoint, and even headquarters I find this loadout to do really, really well in. But TDM, you can have a good time in, but it is hit or miss. And guys, with all that said, that kind of wraps up this first episode of Time to Gear Up for Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Jesus. God, I've been excited to make this video for a while. Guys, I feel as though we've got a lot of flexibility here with this series. With the amount of customization options that are available in Call of Duty right now, and with the extra weapons and such that we're going to be getting coming down the line, I feel as though this is certainly a series that we're going to be able to continue out for the long run. So, start dropping some loadout suggestions in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear what you evil geniuses can come up with here. If you enjoyed today's video, please support it by bashing a like button, and by also subscribing and hitting the notification bell, guys. I would really appreciate that as well. And if you want to see how these videos are made, you can often find this gameplay being streamed live on Twitch before it hits YouTube, so link to that in the description down below as well, guys. Once again, hope you enjoyed today's video. Peace out, and I'll be seeing you guys all in the next one. Take care, guys. Have a good one.